Alright, guys, take number 3 because someone left the audio of the video running in the background and it just overbears everything. Alright, guys, we are here. We're going to be talking about the Drake Cutter. Now, we do have some information that's come out from leaks. According to them, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Fez, the Cutter information that we have is their interpretation of it. Is that right?
That's what I'm led to believe.
Right. So, for a start, we'll talk about it. Okay, so this image here that we have very much lines up with the image that we have of it coming through the roof. So, let me go through and put that there. So, you compare that to that, for example. It very much is the same ship. Right? So we know it's definitely a real ship. To me, obviously the first thing I'll notice is that they've obviously taken some serious vibes from The Mandalorian. So you compare it to Slave One, and yes, I know there's a new name for the Mandalorian ship in seasons 2 and 3 or whatever. To me, it's always going to be Slave One, right? Let's stick to the original source material. The ship itself obviously takes some serious vibes when it comes from that. I imagine a lot of people are going to be like you, Fez, and sit there and imagine they're playing Star Wars when it comes to flying their ship around.
Of course.
Yep. So, obviously, it's that. Now, my question is this. Comparing the cockpit of the Cutlass that's on the screen right now, you compare the cockpit for that to, like, for example, the cockpit of the images that we have. It's a very different style when it comes to the new Drake Cutter. These windows are very square and sort of edged, where if you go back and you look at the windows for the Cutlass, for example, the Cutlass Black, they are more rounded. They're more sort of, not, it's not so much pointy, but not so much jagged. They're sort of, they're longer, sort of, lot more rectangle than squares. But John did have a very interesting point. He said if you compare the cockpit of the Drake Cutter to the window, the cockpit or the second in charge or the gunner's seat of the Corsair, it very much lines up with that sort of style. It's a lot more jagged. And he does have a point. So if you go there and you compare that, for example, to the seat down the bottom, you notice that it is very much similar, very much the same. It's very similar. So it could be this new style. But we do have some information regarding the ship itself. They are claiming that this is a expedition variant. So this is the information we have on the expedition variant. It apparently is going to... So if I bring up the information here... Max crew of 1. Max speed is 250 meters per second in normal flight. Cargo is 2 SCU, with 1 SCU which is shielded for smuggling. They have a weapons locker, a bed, a personal locker, a suit locker, and a food machine. Now, it also, the pilots controlled weapons, 2 size 2 weapon gimbals that have size 1 laser repeaters, and also the turrets is none, but the missiles, it has 2 size 2 missile racks with size 1 missiles. Now, presumably those missiles can be upgraded to size 2, and obviously those size 2 gimbals, you could probably put size 2 on there if you lose the gimbals. I get it's an expedition variant. I think there's apparently a cargo variant which is going to carry more cargo, I would expect the cargo variant to carry maybe 4 or 5 SCUs of cargo space.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that maybe you were right in the video that we just did and we blew the sound out. That may be that there's a lot of wasted space in this expedition because of things like the bed, the suit lockers, and stuff like that. But that said, it does line up with what we suspected when it became that we were talking about the Drake Cutter. So we said there was 3 options. One, the Drake Cutter is a ship that goes through and cuts up other ships, which we both sort of agreed that was probably not likely. 2, a marine patrol boat that would go through and patrol the areas of the marine, like the Coast Guard and stuff like that. Or 3, it's a ship used for ferrying small amounts of goods from a large ship down to like an outpost or a planet. And that's is pretty much what this sounds like to me. Especially the cargo variant is very much this. Look, it's an interesting ship. I love the new style. If this is the new Drake style, I love it. I get it. It looks fantastic. I love the gold trims as well as the black ship. And maybe they could go through and redo the cutlass and put the gold trims on the cutlass. It's obviously it's a new style, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like the existing Drake to me. You go through and you compare the Caterpillar or the Cutlass or whatever. Those windows are more rounded edged instead of like hard corners and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I mean, the more that I look at the ship, I can definitely agree it doesn't look Drake. I mean, it doesn't feel Drake. It feels like it's trying to be Drake, but it doesn't seem to really say, "Hey, I'm just a Cutlass Black, but different." It just maybe it's a collab a project with somebody else. You know, like maybe
Misk or something.
Argo.
Yeah, maybe could be. Could be Argo and Drake have teamed up to make this ship. Yeah. We still don't know what the Argo MCV looks like.
Well, it's probably gonna be another a copy and to paste job of the MPUV. I mean, it's not gonna probably look too much different.
They have been teasing this image that shows off these this ship. Now, you and I do disagree on this. I think it's one ship that is sort of like a boomerang sort of hull. You think it's 2 ships facing each other, sort of thing?
I think it's just the Corsairs.
Because CIG tweeted it out again today.
With a little bit of the upper right corner unblurred.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that photo. So, yeah, I think it's in this one. No, that's HV Vertigo and that we're talking. Did they untweet their video?
Your video?
No, CIG.
The picture.
Yeah, I can't seem to find it in my mentions. Okay, why is CG? Why is Robert
Yeah.
Space Industries? Oh, that's leaks. Sorry, yeah, okay. Let me get through and they haven't tweeted since 2021. All right. Um. Has their Twitter account been hacked?
Who? CIGs?
Yeah, Star Citizens.
Why?
You go to Robert Space Industries.
Do I have to?
Oh no. Okay, it's still there. It looks like there's someone trying to impersonate him. Right. So yeah. So this is the image here. So we'll add image, that, browse, that. Okay. So I wonder if they're going to give us like a piece every week or every day for the.
Maybe.
So. Yeah. So there, that's the image there, and you can sort of, if I sort of, I'll blow it back up again. You can sort of see the start of the wing there. Yeah, it could be the Corsair, could be, but then why the secrecy for the Corsair? Because we already know the ship's going to be there.
Maybe they're wearing special skins.
Maybe, that's a possibility.
Special skins.
All right, but at the end of the day, yeah. As for the Drake cutter, look, I like it. I like the ship. I really do. I just. I don't know. I want to see it. I think it's going to be cheap. I don't think it's going to be dear. What would you expect to sell the ship for, do you think? 100? Less than 100?
100 or odd less, maybe 150.
Going by size, it's probably around the same size as the... Maybe a bit smaller than the Cutlass. So... Yeah, what the Cutlass sells... What's the Cutlass sell for? 150-ish?
Yeah, I think so.
So probably about 140, 130. Drake Cutlass. Cutlass Black. It sells for $100. So maybe around $80, $90.
Man.
Maybe 100, yeah. I think if it's only got, especially if the cargo variant has like 4 SCU or whatever, then see, okay, so here's my question for you, right? The Drake Cutlass Black has 46 SCU. This one supposedly has 2. Now, this is the Expedition variant. But That's a big shortfall when it comes to the size, for the cargo size. Like if you could buy the Drake Cutlass Black, it has 46 SCU, or you could buy this that carries 2, you're going to take the Cutlass Black any day of the week. What do you think?
I mean, you could be right.
I'm just wondering if they've maybe stuffed up the cargo size. Writing this out, and like you got the person standing next to the ship down there on the bottom image. The ship looks about the same size, maybe a bit smaller than the Cutlass. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. I would say if there's going to be a cargo variant, it's going to have to hold around 40 SCUs at least. So yeah, to even make it worthwhile. And then they're probably going to sell it for around $90 or so. But let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, anything you want to add before we wrap this up, Fez? Anything we're missing at all?
I'm finished eating my chicken nuggets.
Cool. Alright guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Like I say, cargo variant, I'm going to guess if there is a cargo variant, it's going to be about 40 SCUs. The expedition, I'm thinking there's got to be some extra stuff in here we don't know. To be honest, I think some of this information is maybe missing or maybe a little bit wrong. But let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section. Apart from that, obviously the video's been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Fez, obviously his details are in the description below, so feel free to go and give him some love. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy. Want to say bye, Fez?
Not really.
Have a good night, everybody.